Okay, so if we're taking a look at page 22 and 23 in Lesson 5, Module 5, we see these three shapes on the bottom of the page. They're exactly identical. And what we want to take a look at with this is how we can decompose these shapes. Now, there are three different ways that we can decompose these shapes to be able to find the area of this shape, because this is an irregular shape. So what we want to be able to do is use what we know to be able to solve for this. So in the first one, we're going to put dotted lines here, and that would make two rectangles here, the same amount, and then we'd have the bottom rectangle down here that we could solve for, and that would be its own amount. And we could add these together to get the total. So let's take a look at this. If we take a look at the small rectangles, the area is going to equal the length times the width. And so we've got 2 meters times 4 meters. Those are the dimensions of those two shapes. So area is length times width. Let's lower this a little bit. Area is length times width. Area is 2 meters times 4 meters. So each of these is going to be 8 meters squared as the area. And we know we have 2 of them. So 8 meters plus 8 meters is going to give us a total of 16 meters squared for our total area for that part. If we go up and take a look at the blue square, we've got a length here of 7, but now we've got to figure out what the side is. And we know what part of the side is because we know that on both sides that parallel sides of a rectangle are equivalent. So here we've got 4 meters, so that means this is also 4 meters, this area right here. So that means we're left with this area here. Over here they're telling us that this whole area is 9. So if we subtract 4 from the 9, we then know that this area here is 5 meters. So this blue area is, the dimensions of this blue area is 7 meters by 5 meters. So if we go down here and we put in our values, raise this up a teeny bit, the area equals length times width. We know the length was 7 meters, and the width was 5 meters, which means our area here is 35 meters squared for that middle area. If we go back up, we know that we had 8 meters squared for this as the area. We know that this was also 8 meters squared, and we know that this was 35 meters squared. And if we add all those parts up, we're going to have our final value, which would be 51 meters squared as our total value for the area of that shape. Okay, now let's take a look at our second one here. And if we draw lines going down like this, we're going to be able to split our shape into two long rectangles and one thinner, shorter rectangle, and define the values of this. Well, for the ones on the side, we don't have to do that much work, because on the ones on the side, that is 2 meters by 9 meters. So if we're finding out our area for that, our area is going to equal 18 meters squared for both sides. 18 meters squared for this one as well. And then the middle is going to be a little tricky. We know this whole length here is 7 meters. So the whole bottom is 7 meters, and if we use our understanding of rectangles again, we know the top up here is 2, so that means this bottom down here is 2. Our top up here is 2 meters, this bottom down here is 2 meters. Now if the whole thing is 7 meters, then that means we've got 2 plus 2. So if we do 7 meters minus the 4 meters that are these spaces here, we're going to then find out how much our space here is. And our space here is 3 meters. So that means that this is 3 meters by, and if we remember what we did over here on the other one to get our 5 meters, subtracting the 4 meters from our 9 meters, then this is 3 meters by 5 meters, okay? And we would add up all of these values, the 18 meters squared plus 18 meters squared plus 15 meters squared, and that added up all together would also equal 51 meters. For our last one, we could enclose the square all together. This rectangle all together. And if we're looking at this rectangle all together, we then got a small space here, and we've got a much larger space that is all of this. When we're doing this, we would find out the value of the whole rectangle first. And our whole rectangle, sorry about that, our whole rectangle, the dimensions are 9 meters by 7 meters, which would give us an area of 63 meters squared for the whole thing. And our small space right here is 4 meters by 3 meters. Remember the work that we did before with the 7 and our 2's to be able to find out that space, subtracting the 4 from the 7 to find out that was 3. So that's 3 times 4, which would be 12 meters squared. And in this case, we would subtract our 63 meters squared minus our 12 meters squared to find out that, again, we have 51 meters squared for our area of the yellow space here. So deconstructing can be done in different ways. It's what you feel comfortable with, and what I would suggest you do is choose the simplest way possible.
Yeah.